Thank you, Joshua. People across LeFlore County are mourning the loss of Deputy Thomas Walker LeMay. The LeFlore County Sheriff's Office has placed Deputy LeMay's patrol vehicle on the courthouse lawn, allowing people to pay their respects. On Monday afternoon, a procession escorted him through downtown Poto as his body returned home from Tulsa. Sheriff Rodney Derryberry says LeMay was a dedicated officer, proud father, and trusted friend. Since then, support has been coming in from local agencies and across the country for his family and department.
He's a great man. He was taken from us too soon. He stood up for what was right. His courage, commitment, and selflessness, service will never be forgotten.
The support is pouring in from lawmakers and other state agencies as well, with the Oklahoma Attorney General Gentner Drummond offering his support, saying, quote, "My prayers are with the family of the fallen LeFlore County deputy and the Wister police officer." Oklahoma Highway Patrol also issued a statement saying, in part, Deputy LeMay was a dedicated public servant who responded to the calls few are willing to face, doing so with bravery, courage, and commitment. Another officer was also injured in the shooting, Wister Police Chief Andy Thompson. Now, we're told he is expected to make a full recovery. His brother actually tells 5 News today that he is now home and resting. The whole shooting has left Wister shocked. But in a town like this, that shock is quickly turning into support. Local businesses like Baby Bears and Gingerbread House are running fundraisers to help the chief and LeMay's family.
There have been lots of people that stop by to see how we can help or how they can help. Some people are going to see about paying rent. Some people are going to go pay water bills.
Like he won't have to worry. He's going to be taken care of, and whatever he needs, thoughts and prayers, everybody is lifting him up and is proud of him.
At Baby Bears, customers can donate at the register. At Gingerbread House, you can buy $10 ribbons that will benefit the chief and his family. The suspect in custody following the deadly ambush on Sunday has now been moved. This is a new mugshot of Edgar Lara. LeFlore County Sheriff Rodney Derryberry says Lara is now sitting in the Sequoyah County Jail. We're still waiting to learn from investigators what his charges will be. A funeral service will be held Thursday at Heavener High School's gym for Deputy LeMay. We will be closely following the continued support from the community, and we'll have any updates on the suspect in this case right here on 5 News. Well, new at noon, Arcoma police say the woman who prompted a public safety alert has been found safe. We're now learning more about the search that led to that outcome. 5 News reporter Taylor Howard is following the latest, and she will have more tonight on your 5 News at 5. Well, the trial of the man accused of shooting and killing an 18-year-old near Lake Fayetteville in 2024 is now underway. Jurors heard opening statements Monday as the state began laying out its case. 22-year-old Gilberto Gordillo of Springdale is charged with capital murder and 4 counts of attempted capital murder in the shooting and killing of Christian Alexander Rodriguez Barroso. A little over a month ago, the Washington County Prosecutor's Office dropped the death penalty in this case. If convicted, Gordillo could still face life in prison. The trial is expected to last up to 2 weeks. We've got an update on Joseph Duggar. His next court hearing in Florida is now set for May 18th. He's accused of molesting a 9-year-old girl in Florida 6 years ago. Duggar was originally scheduled to appear in a Florida courtroom today. He and his wife, Kendra, are also facing charges in Arkansas, each charged with 4 counts of false imprisonment and 4 counts of endangering the welfare of a minor. He's out on bond while he awaits trial. A federal judge has blocked the most recent Arkansas law requiring social media companies to limit teens and kids from their platforms. The judge ruled that Act 900, or the Social Media Safety Act, passed last year, violates the Constitution. The judge said social media companies need to do a better job of limiting what kids do and say on their platforms. But the judge also said the law is too vague and restricts free speech. Meanwhile, Attorney General Tim Griffin has already appealed for a similar ruling. Peace talks for a long-term end to the fighting between the U.S. and Iran are still not confirmed, even as the clock on a temporary ceasefire is ticking down. Natalie Brand is in Washington, D.C. with more on the tough talk coming from both sides.
President Trump insists the United States is in a strong position to negotiate and believes Iran will send a delegation to peace talks in Pakistan.
They'll be sending them. They have no choice but to send them. What I think is that we're going to end up with a great deal.
But it's uncertain if the in-person meeting will even take place. Vice President J.D. Vance, who's leading the negotiations for the U.S., is still in Washington, D.C. Speaking on CNBC this morning, the president says he doesn't want to extend the 2-week ceasefire, which he says expires tomorrow.
Well, I expect to be bombing because I think that's a better attitude to go in with. But we're ready to go. I mean, the military is raring to go.
The Trump administration has emphasized it's ready to return to fighting if Iran doesn't agree to a deal, with bridges and power plants the central target.
We're totally loaded up. We have so much ammo. We have so much of everything that we've much more powerful than it was 4 or 5 weeks ago. So we've used this to restock, and they probably have done a little bit of restocking.
One of Iran's key negotiators said late Monday, "We do not accept negotiations under the shadow of threats and are prepared to reveal new cards on the battlefield." Iran is also demanding the return of a cargo ship, which the U.S. seized near the Strait of Hormuz over the weekend. Natalie Brand, CBS News, Washington.
Happening today, the Sebastian County Quorum Court is set to consider shifting funds back to the Artemis project. If approved, the ordinance would reallocate more than $30,000. The rescue organization aims to help animals in the river valley. It comes after a decision by county leaders in December when they voted to shift funds from the Artemis project to the Hamilton Center for Child Advocacy. Last month, Artemis project volunteers asked the Quorum Court to reconsider their decision. Siloam Springs Board of Directors will vote today on a project for emergency wastewater treatment repairs. The total cost would be $6.25 million, and the city would enter a contract with Garney Construction. The meeting agenda says the project would involve building a new facility as the entry to the treatment plant, which could help to address operational challenges. Key Ridge is giving students a hands-on look at how a city grows from the ground up through a new internship program. The planning director says the goal is to introduce students to a career field that often works behind the scenes. From researching to writing city codes and ordinances, the paid internship is open to rising high school seniors to recent college graduates.
Planning is one of those fields that sort of operates behind the scenes. Not a lot of people are aware that it's a career field that someone can enter. A lot of people think about engineering or on the mapping side of things, but planning is sort of that area that tries to take all of the different areas of operating a city, all the way from utility operations to public safety operations.
You can find more information on how to apply on our website, 5newsonline.com.